am from Eden Grace Academy International, and the title of my piece is Esther, the Queen of Persia. In a faraway land called Persia, there was a king named Xerxes and a queen named Vashti. King Xerxes ordered his wife, the queen, to stand before him at a party so he could show everyone how beautiful she was. When she refused, the king was furious. To make matters worse, a nasty man named Haman was one of the king's advisors. Haman teased the king that if word got around, no one's wife would think she had to listen to her husband. At Haman's urging, the king wasn't happy for without a queen, so he ordered a search throughout the kingdom.
Go look for a beautiful lady to be my bride,
the king ordered. And there was a young and beautiful lady who joined the search, and her name was Esther. Esther had no family at all, and her cousin Mordecai took care of her as she grew up. She had been through many challenges and trials as joined the search, and because she was beautiful, gracious, and kind, just what the king was looking for, in no time at all was she crowned and married to the king.
Praise Queen Esther! Praise! Praise!
The people shouted the name of Esther. Now Esther was a Jew, and her cousin Mordecai was the leader of the Jews. Mordecai encouraged Esther to hide her faith from the king and his advisors.
My dear Esther, you have to hide everything about you,
Mordecai said. Haman, by this time, became a powerful man in the kingdom, prime minister of Persia, in fact. He decided, given in his rise in power, it would be appropriate for everyone to bow down before him.
All of you, you must bow down on me every time you saw me,
Haman said. But there was someone who refused to obey Haman, and this was Mordecai. Because Mordecai was Jew, he only bowed down to his God. As Haman found out about the thoughts of Mordecai, he became very angry.
You have your day on me, Mordecai. You will regret not to bow down before me,
Haman said, and he authorized the king to annihilate the Jews. This is where brave Queen Esther comes in. Mordecai, having found out about Haman's evil intentions, sent Esther a message to go to the king on behalf of the Jews.
My dear Esther, you have to go to the king on behalf of the Jews. Haman has an evil intention to all Jews, and if you're not going to do what I told, all Jews will be killed, and you put yourself into danger, Mordecai.
Esther was afraid. I don't know what to do now. Oh Lord, please help me, as she prayed. She hadn't been allowed to see the king. In fact, no one was allowed to see the king without being invited. But Esther fasted and prayed for 3 days, and she went to see the king. All she asked was that the king and Haman join her for dinner that night. That night, as they were drinking wine, the king asked her,
Now, what is your request? Even up to half the kingdom it will be granted.
Esther replied, My petition and my request is this. If it grants me with favor, and if it pleases the king to grant my petition and fulfill my request, let the king and Haman come to the banquet. I will prepare for them. And so both the king and Haman agreed to attend the banquet with the lovely queen. That morning, just as Haman was arriving to ask Mordecai be hanged, the king asked him,
What should be done for the man the king delights to honor?
Haman replied,
For the man the king delights to honor, have him a royal robe the king has worn, and a horse the king has ridden.
So Haman went to see Mordecai, his greatest enemy, and obeyed what the king told him to do, to proclaim the noble prince to the whole city. On that day, Esther finally shared the secret of her faith and proclaimed herself as a Jew. She begged the king to spare her people. King Xerxes, please don't let my people die, she said. And because of her bravery, she saved her people.